Rwanda, the country that will make you forget everything you know about Africa. They've lied to you about Africa. Everything you think you know is wrong. There's a country where women truly rule, where coffee costs more than gold, where you can get arrested for throwing a cigarette but on the ground. A country that 30 years ago was hell on earth, and today makes Switzerland jealous. But the most shocking part? You've probably never heard of it. The safest country in Africa that no one knows about. Rwanda. I bet you don't even know where it is on the map. Yet this tiny country the size of Maryland has the lowest crime rate in all of Africa. Lower than Italy. Lower than France. Kigali, the capital, is so clean it looks fake. You won't find a single piece of paper on the ground. Not one. But wait until you find out why. Every first Saturday of the month, the entire country stops. From 8 to 11 a.m., everyone from the president to beggars comes out with brooms and rakes. It's called Umuganda, mandatory national cleanup. Don't participate? $50 fine. But that's just the tip of the iceberg of a system that will leave you speechless. The female revolution that shocked the world. Get ready for the shock of your life. Rwanda is the only country in the world where women control power. We're not talking about quotas or equality. We're talking about total domination. 61% of parliament is female. 50% of Supreme Court judges are women. 40% of mayors are women. But it doesn't end there. After the 1994 genocide, 70% of the remaining population were women. They had to rebuild everything from scratch. And they did it without waiting for help, without feeling sorry for themselves. They took control of the economy, politics, and society. Today, Rwandan women own more than 40% of the country's businesses. They're bank CEOs, plantation owners, tech startup leaders. But there's a secret behind this success that no one has ever told you. The obsession that created a miracle. Rwandans are obsessed with one thing: efficiency. They're maniacs. If you say you'll do something at 3 p.m., you must be there at exactly 3 p.m. Not 3:05, at 3. This obsession stems from collective trauma. In 1994, in 100 days, 1 million people died. A genocide that shocked the world. But instead of collapsing, they did something unthinkable. They turned this tragedy into their strength. Every Rwandan knows that wasted time is time stolen from reconstruction. You can't afford mistakes when you're rebuilding a country from ashes. The result? Rwanda has Africa's highest economic growth. 7% annually for 20 years. Quietly, without making noise, they became the African Singapore. The secret business worth billions. There's a Rwandan product that costs more than gold. Literally, 1 kilogram can be worth $800. More than silver, more than platinum. And you probably drank it this morning without knowing it. Rwandan coffee. But not just any coffee. We're talking about the world's most prestigious coffee. The kind they drink in Michelin-starred restaurants in Tokyo and New York. The secret? Altitude. The plantations are 6,500 feet above sea level. The beans mature slowly, developing unique flavors. But there's more. Coffee cooperatives are run almost exclusively by women. Women who 30 years ago couldn't read and today export worldwide. They control every stage of production, from plant to cup. And they've gotten rich. The $1,500 experience that changes your life. There's something in Rwanda you can only do there. It costs $1,500 for 1 hour. Only 8 people per day can do it. The waiting list is 6 months. But when you do it, you understand why it's worth every penny. Trekking with mountain gorillas. In the forests of Volcanoes National Park live the world's last mountain gorillas. 1,000 specimens. No more. When you find yourself 6 feet from a 440-pound silverback looking you in the eyes, time stops. These animals share 98% of our DNA. The encounter is so intense that 90% of people come out of the forest in tears. But it's not just emotion, it's business. Gorilla tourism brings $400 million annually to Rwanda, money that funds forest protection and local community development. The paradox no one understands. Here's the most incredible thing about Rwanda. It's an authoritarian democracy. Sounds like an oxymoron, but it works. President Paul Kagame has been in power for 24 years. He wins elections with 99% of votes. In the West, they'd call him a dictator. But Rwandans love him. Why? Under Kagame, poverty dropped from 60% to 16%. Life expectancy rose from 48 to 69 years. Child mortality fell by 70%. Internet reaches 85% of the population. The paradox is that this dictatorship has given Rwandans more freedom than many Western democracies. Freedom from hunger, disease, and fear. The hospitality that throws you off. But it's in hospitality that Rwanda really hits you. Here exists a tradition called Abushingante. If a stranger knocks on your door, you must welcome them. Doesn't matter if you don't know them. Doesn't matter if you have little to offer. It's not just folklore. It really happens. Rwandan families invite you to dinner after meeting you on the street. They offer their bed, share what little they have. They want nothing in return. It's their culture. This extreme generosity comes from ancient wisdom. A guest is a gift from the gods. Someone who helps you today might need your help tomorrow. It's a mutual aid system that has held Rwandan society together for centuries. The Rwandan night you can't imagine. When the sun sets, Kigali transforms. Clubs fill with young entrepreneurs, artists, intellectuals. They talk about startups, art, the future. The energy is contagious. But the real surprise is the in-tour traditional dancers. Shows that last for hours, with acrobatic jumps that defy gravity. These dances tell stories of war, love, and rebirth. And then there's the music. Rwanda has produced some of Africa's most innovative musicians. They blend traditional rhythms with modern electronics. The result is hypnotic. The price of perfection. All this comes at a cost. Rwanda is Africa's most controlled country. Cameras everywhere. Discreet but omnipresent police. Iron rules that everyone respects. Throwing trash on the ground. $50 fine. Drunk driving. 6 months in jail. Corruption. Expulsion from the country. No exceptions. No connections. Some call it police state. Rwandans call it order. After living through the chaos of genocide, they prefer security to anarchic freedom. The innovation that surpasses the West. Rwanda has done something no Western country has managed. Eliminate plastic bags. Completely. Since 2008, they've been illegal. If you arrive at the airport with a plastic bag, they confiscate it. Controls are stricter than for drugs. But it worked. Rwanda is Africa's cleanest country. Now they're betting on electric cars. By 2030, they want to be carbon neutral. An African country teaching Europe about sustainability. The secret that changes everything. Want to know Rwanda's real secret? It's not leadership. It's not geography. It's not even resilience. It's trust. In a country where 1 million people killed each other, today neighbors of different ethnicities live side by side. They share everything. They trust each other. This rebuilt trust is Rwanda's true miracle. It's what makes everything else possible. The economy, security, innovation. Everything stems from there. And this is the Rwanda no one tells you about. A country that challenges everything you think you know about Africa and human nature. Now I want to know what you think. Write me in the comments what city you're watching this video from and tell me. Would you be ready to visit Rwanda? If this video opened your eyes to a world you didn't know, give it a big thumbs up and share it with someone who you think absolutely needs to see it. And if you want to continue this journey discovering the world's best-kept secrets, click on one of the videos you see on screen. I'll take you to other places that will leave you speechless. Places where what seems impossible becomes reality. See you in the next video. And remember, the world is much more surprising than what they've always told you.